Huh? Just type my number in, and then it's.
Yo, it's your girl Alma Marie with Oops, have I said too much? Make sure you tune in this and every Sunday from 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we're all about healing and turning those situationships into relationships. You can listen by downloading the JHM Radio app or the TuneIn Radio app and search JHM Radio. You can also listen live via the website at jhmradio.com. And you can also call in to chat with us at 317-284-1090. I can't wait to talk to you.
Daddy, what? Uncle Nain and Caleb Alexander and Meg Sampson is watching.
Okay.
B is watching. I turned it towards you.
Okay. Still, y'all, man. Gonna get ready to do this thing.
Auntie Lisa watching. Ashley Wallace is watching.
Yeah.
Are you having a bad hair day? Well, don't despair. There is hope for your hair. Contact Hair with Hope. Specializing in braids, natural hair, dreads, extension hairline, and crochets. Call 317-238-0020 for more info and shop details. Hair with Hope.
Huh?
Caleb Alexander's watching. Oh, he said, let's get it, baby.
All right.
Jessica Garrett is watching.
All right, I'm going to play
So I use my phone still to record me. And it's just going to show up on the screen.
What's up, man? How you been?
All right, I'm going to bring
not good. I'm taking hard right now, bro.
Can I come right at the
What's
end?
going on?
I come in right at the end when you're doing it.
If you need to do it, go holler at my boy, man. He really can give you a couple words of encouragement. Lift your mind up a little bit, you feel me? Yeah, man. Who your boy, man?
Record this way.
Carlos. Tell me about him, man. My boy, Mr. Carlos Henson, a.k.a. the life mechanic. You claim that your life is damaged, then I bet he can repair it. He done been through a lot and still man enough to air. Taking the cities by storm, can't even see, but he know they stare. Devil trying to bring him down, but right now he not even caring. Trying to reach the minds of the city, and that's gonna be the planet. Say, my friend, I know that it's hard, and I know life is heavy, but he got the tools guaranteed to have your life back rockin' steady.
Yeah. Is it okay? Yeah. What's the deal, y'all? Boy, they done messed around and let me get up in a radio show. But let me have a radio show, man. What's happening, y'all, man? Y'all know this is my first this my first go round. Man. Basically, man, it's so much going on right now, man, and really one of the reasons, my first show, I'm just going to introduce myself. I'm going to let you know my story and what's been going on with me here lately. And hopefully through this, it'll be some type of motivation or inspiration to you. So, also, for people who know me who don't know me, I'm legally blind. I just started the journey of being a motivational speaker probably about 2 years ago. And so, since then, a lot of things have changed for me. A lot of things have been shown to me that I've never seen before, never witnessed, never understood. And lately, I've been getting a lot of understanding from it. So, hold on, let me tell you. The name of the show, Back to the Basics. The purpose of the name is, it's so much stuff that's been so oversaturated and watered down, and we done forgot the basics. We done forgot where we come from. We done forgot the meaning of life and what it's really all about. Things that society have put so much on top of the basics and the reality of things that we have to now go through and sort out all the foolishness to get back down to the reality. And so with that, I want to use my journey of what's been going on with me here lately. I want to use my journey to bring back the basics. I want to show what's going on with me currently. I want y'all to go through this journey with me in my life. I don't want to make it to a place where I've made it and I'm good financially and I'm good just overall. I'm happy and joyful, and then I go back and try to reenact the whole come up. I want everybody I want to come at it from a different aspect, a different aspect, and want you to go through it with me. So with that being said, I started losing my vision when I was 14. I've always had vision problems. My glasses used to be super thick. I've always been nearsighted since I was in kindergarten. But so when I turned 14, for whatever reason, my retina naturally detached from the back of my eyeball. So with that, it developed. I had the first surgery. We didn't know what was going on. I was playing basketball, and it just couldn't see no more. I could only see like floaters and little lightning type strike things. I didn't know what it was, but I kept on playing basketball until I went home. I was about 14. You don't really care. You just steady going. So as time went on or whatever, I went home, told mom or whatever. We went to the doctor. They said, you're retina detached. Okay. So from 2001 all the way to 2006, on both eyes alone, I kept having retinal detachments. I had over 10 surgeries on each eye alone. My left eye is completely gone. I can't see anything out of my left eye. My right eye, I have like 20% of vision. That's the percentage I give. I can only really see shapes and shadows. So, but I never had let that stop me. And at first, I kind of, and over time, from 2001 all the way to 2006, it gradually went away. It wasn't always at the point where it's at now. So at first, so I still could see some or whatnot. So we kept having surgeries, kept detaching, kept having surgeries, kept detaching. And then I had a cataract. We had to take cataract off a few times. And then I ended up having glaucoma through it. I still have glaucoma. I'm going to have that forever. So started like that. We're going to fast forward all the way through all that time. I was, as a kid, I was bad. I was getting suspended like every other month. I was always class clowning. But I really didn't understand what was going on at the time because it wasn't as bad. They always said that they expected for me to go completely blind, but I wasn't fully understanding the capacity of what was going to happen. So as I got older, as I started getting like 11th grade, stuff like that, it started getting crazier and crazier. So then it started affecting me a little more because it's getting to the point to where now I can't play basketball. I've been playing basketball all my life since I was in like kindergarten and some more. So it's getting to the point to where I'm not able to play basketball the way I want to, and it's looking like I probably won't ever be able to play basketball. So now, I say like 11th grade, like a lot of people didn't know, but on the slick, like I was kind of slipping into a little mild case of depression, I'd say. So I still was ignoring, still just having fun, like whatever. Just being a teenager, really ignoring the severity of what was going on. Just like, all right, whatever. So time go on, and I done graduated high school, and now it's kind of like what you do now. I got my vision that's kind of hindering me from, like now, like no driving. I basically can't do a lot of things that I want to do. And so now reality kind of sitting in. So now you just kind of like what do you do? Still whatever. Still wild and doing all the different things from, I'm not a thug, I'm not a gangster, I'm not none of that, but I was always around in the hoods and hanging with street people. You know what I'm saying? So I was doing things I was doing things and around things that a person that could see shouldn't even be around. You know what I'm saying? So let alone somebody that's legally blind, I shouldn't be around. I shouldn't be doing these things. And later on in the shows, because that's a whole other topic, I'm going to get into exactly the things that I was doing later on. So there's just a little overview of things. So I get to a point to where I end up, fast forward, doing all the crazy stuff. I end up having a child, daughter, in 2008. So now immediately I understand that I can't do any of the things that I used to do. I have to change something. There's no way I can still keep going out. There's no way I can still keep being around these things and doing a lot of things that I was doing, because now I have a responsibility. It didn't take no time for me to think about that, for me to realize what was going on. I knew immediately what I needed to do based off how I was raised. Also, you know what I'm saying, my mama raised 4 boys. There's 4 of us. I'm the middle one. She raised 4 boys by herself. Man, we had it so crazy coming up. We didn't have it the worst, but we had it was a struggle. Man, back then, when we was younger, Walmart clothes was a lot cheaper than what they are now. Man, my mama used to have to even put Walmart clothes in layaway just for us to have clothes. She couldn't even go straight up in Walmart and buy the clothes out that day. She always had to put the clothes in layaway to get them out later on. Not even next month, not even like before the year's out, she would probably try to get them. So we come from stuff like that. We come from like 1 pair of shoes a year. Maybe two pair, like Christmas time, something like that. Maybe, just depending on how it went. But so when I had a daughter, I'm already understanding the basics of what I have to do to take care of my daughter and what I have to do regardless of my situation. I know what I got to do. I know what I want to keep her away from. I know what I want to introduce, what I want to introduce her to. All right, so trying to see where I want to go with it, because, like I said, as y'all know, this is, and everything I'm saying is all real life. It's nothing that I done made up. It's nothing that that I done sat down and thought about, and none of that. It's actually real life things. I'm legally blind. It's not like I can sit here and read a paper or anything and prepare something. These are real life stuff, and these are real life situations. And like I say, the point of me doing this is to show the reality of things. Because like I say, everything is so watered down now, man. And I'm not afraid to show what's going on with me. I used to kind of be embarrassed or whatnot about me being legal, not being able to see. It wasn't always an issue, but depending on the crowd, depending on the people, depending on the crowd and the person, it would judge whether I was whether I was embarrassed or not. So, starting off, after I had my daughter, things changed. Tried to go to school. School really wasn't working. Trying to get a job, being legally blind. People really not trying to give me anything to. They're not really trying to help me out. They was looking at me like a liability and the things that may go wrong while I'm there. Or if they did try to give me a job, they really was trying to get over and give me like $5 or something an hour. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that. Like, we're not gonna work like that. So I ended up. Nobody knew this, but I ended up selling drugs. I ended up tried to sell weed for a little minute. Really didn't. I didn't like it because you had to be able to see to weigh it up on the scale. Like, nah, I couldn't. It was too much. It was too much vision you had to use for that. So like, nah. So I ended up selling pills. Easy. All you gotta do is know how to count. You give what they want. They want 1 or 2. They want 3 or 4. You give it to them. That's it. You get your money, whatever. And then, from me already being around in the street a little bit, I always have had an amount of respect from people to where they wouldn't try to get over on me, or really wouldn't try to take me fast or try nothing. Or whatnot. So, and a lot of times whenever I would do it, I had ways to go back in the house or go back wherever and make sure, they gave me the right amount of money or whatever. So I ended up trying to sell drugs, sell pills. I actually was making a significant amount of money off of it until, well, all the way I was making a significant amount of money off of it. But the thing that made me stop was the fact that I was still staying with my mom. My mama didn't know I was doing retarded stuff like, Mama would be like, "What you doing? What you steady going outside for?" My mama never liked a lot of people come to the house, but she know I know a lot of people, so she never liked a lot of people come to the house anyway. So some people she didn't know. She was like, "What's going on?" You know, I'm like, "Man, they just want to borrow this. They just want to get this. I'm just getting this from them, whatever." But really, you know, I'm selling drugs at my mom's house, and knowing that's wrong. But what else was I gonna do at the time? And the way I was feeling, what else am I gonna do? And I got my vision going against me. And then I'm not getting, school wasn't for me or whatnot. I could have went there, but it wasn't working with me not being able to see. I didn't know how to be blind and go to school. Now, when I was in high school, I was losing my vision, but by the time I graduated, over half of it was gone. So I could have did school, but I didn't know how to do that and be blind, and still, at the same time, trying to be cool, trying to still look, be whatever. So, back to it. So like I said, I ended up selling or whatever, but it made it to a point where one day, man, so many people had called. They called separately, but everybody seemed like they showed up at one time. And all in front of my mama's house, all the way to my next door neighbor house, it was full of cars. It was probably like 7 or 8 cars they pulled up at one time. I'm bringing stuff out in DVD cases and everything, and socks and all types of crazy stuff, just so mama don't see what I'm doing. I'm steady trying to hurry up and pass. I'm like, man, it's crazy. So after I served everybody that day, what I did was I said, man, ain't no way. I already know I'm doing something I ain't got no business doing, but I'm definitely not going to bring this type of attention to my mama's house. So just because of that day, I stopped doing it. I was like, man, I can't. It was jumping too hard. Man, there's no way. Because if you know anything about the streets, when you serving somebody, if they see how much you serving or that you really doing your thing, they think you got money, or now they want to try to get you. So I'm like, ain't no way. I'm not staying with my mom. I mean, I'm staying with my mama. So ain't no way you finna try to run up in there thinking there's something in there, or you gonna try to harm me. So I just had to stop, point blank. So I stopped there, like, all right, whatever. So, all right, now I'm back trying to figure out what to do. Now through all this, now I'm going back a little bit. Early on, now I was diagnosed early on with major depression. Major depression, it come from, the eyes and whatnot, but with that, it's a lot of side effects you have, anger and anxiety, a lot of this stuff or whatever that, I didn't have my situation where I done wigged out. But anyway, so I'm going to go back up or whatever. So I end up stopped selling the drugs and trying to figure out what to do next. I end up using the drugs. I end up using the hydros and Percocets, hydro teens and Percocet teens. Started out slow. Now, also out alone, I started drinking probably at like 19. I really wasn't drinking in school. I probably started drinking like 19 to 20. So by the time I really got into the drinking, the depression was building up too. So now my drinking tolerance is high. So I'm drinking like at least probably was drinking started probably like a 15, or was it a pint? But anyway, I was always drinking and taking them pills. Started off like a pill and a half. So, and what it would do was just being 100 with y'all, because I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, man. I want y'all to understand. I'm not trying to make the story long or none of that, but I feel like I got to tell y'all all that to get to the point to where I'm gonna get to at the end. I need to show y'all the reality and the realness of things that's going on. And a lot of people I have never told this story to. Some people know some of these things and some people don't know nothing, because if you know me, I really don't do a lot of talking when it comes to a lot of personal stuff that really bothers me. So anyway, so it started off, I always been drinking. I always just been drinking a lot or whatever. But I had started popping the pills now. So it started off like a pill and a half. Like, okay, and what it would do was, it literally would make me feel so happy and not care. It didn't make me mad, it just made me happy. I literally would not care. So, once I got that first little feeling, like, hey, okay. But as you know, with any drug, you use it so much, then it becomes a tolerance, and now you it becomes where you can tolerate it. So now you got to go up. So now I'm at like 2 pills. While I'm drinking, you are not, you know what I'm saying? They already tell you you're not supposed to pop pills while you're drinking, but every time I'm popping pills, I'm not popping them without drinking. I'm drinking while I'm popping these pills. There ain't no way I'm going, because to me, the drinking intensified it. The drinking made it that much better. So, okay, so now I'm doing 2 pills. All right, so now that's got tolerable. Now I'm doing 2.5. All right, I had made it to where I was, and these are the 10s. These are the highest milligrams you can take. These are so I'm drinking and doing 2.5 milligrams, 2.5 10 milligrams of Percocet or Hydros. So I made it to 3, and I had told myself, I said, it's over. I said, ain't no way. You can't do that, Los. You steady going up. You steady going up on them pills. You got to stop. And all along, too, my drinking is getting higher. By this time, I'm drinking a 5th probably by myself. I'm drinking a 5th by myself. And that's before we go out. That's the early night. Like, by the time the whole night over, we probably done drunk a liter, a gallon alone out of the whole night. All right. So, I lost my train of thought, y'all know it's in my mind. I ain't got it written down, so I'm trying to go back in my mind, y'all. So anyway, it made to like, I told myself I can't do that. You are not going to become a drug addict. And at this time, I got Kelly. Kelly probably 5-6 years old by this time. But nobody know, because one thing about it, I always, and you can, you know, I consider myself, I say cool or whatnot. I never wanted nothing to take over me. I never drinking, whatever. It's not gonna get the best of me. You're not gonna have me looking crazy. So I always did it to where I could still be, you know, cool. So a lot of people never knew. People never knew what I was doing. Still to this day, people never knew. They probably gonna call me after this like, boy, I ain't even know. I know they gonna call me like that. I promise you. But anyway, so it had made it to a point, and I just told myself, like, Los, you gotta stop. But I ain't gonna lie, y'all, just to be 100, even still right now, I love them pills. Them pills made me feel so good. I literally did not care what was going on. It made me so happy. I'm talking about, man, I cracked the most jokes, dude. I wouldn't care. I was so happy. I didn't care, man. I don't know how they spread. Like, I literally didn't care. And so I say that to say, I still had, now keep in mind, I'm diagnosed with major depression. Depression is supposed to be something that you can't, you know, that your mind, it takes over you, whatever, you know, you don't, once you get depressed, you don't know what's going on, you can't do this and you can't do that, and you get into a little zone and you just zone out or whatever, which is true. But a lot of what I'm going to say too, it's all in your mind. It's all in your mental. Your mental can change anything, and I literally mean anything. With the right timing and the right push and the right drive, your mind can literally change anything. Your mind is the strongest muscle in your body. You ain't got to lift no weights with your head or none of that, man. You strengthen your mind through yourself. You got to get in tune with yourself and do that for real. But, so anyway, I made the conscious decision to stop. Now, I ain't going to say I just stopped right off rip. It took me a little minute. I slowed down off of them. You know what I'm saying? I started like, all right, little 2 pills, all right, whatever. Just get a little feel off of them. So eventually, I made it to where I literally wasn't popping no pills. And really, this wasn't even, okay, so yeah, I made it towards the end when I stopped. I'm trying to think of the timeline, man. So now I'm at, what year was I doing comedy? Man, if anybody know, what year was that? Probably like 17? Probably like, so like 2014, I was still, 2014, 15, I was still popping pills. So now I'm starting to slow down a little bit, because at the beginning I was still popping the pills, but now I was chilling with one of my, with my guy brother and stuff, and I'm always cracking jokes, I'm always playing. So my guy brother used to go to this club in Little Rock, Arkansas called Looney Bean. And on Wednesdays, it's an open mic night. And so he was like, boy, when you get to talking and you get telling your stories, they so funny. Like, boy, people need to hear, like, boy, you got some funny stuff to tell from a blind aspect. And just from what I be seeing, from what my eyes see, and just in general, I just talk that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like, boy, you got to get up there. I was like, okay, I'm going to try it out. So I get on there. I go up there one Wednesday and I did it. I end up liking it. Man, everybody laughing. I'm talking about it was cool. It was just nothing like people like, oh, you got raw talent, blah, blah, blah. All right, that's what's up. So now I'm starting to do that. So now I'm kind of kicking back. I'm still popping them pills at the same time and I'm still drinking. The drinking is still there. But I'm slowing down off the pills a little bit because the reason kind of where the pills came from was the fact that I couldn't find a way to provide for me and my family, my friends, all that. I couldn't find a way to provide for them the way I wanted to. I couldn't be the man that I knew that I could be. I couldn't be a man that I knew I wanted to be. I did not feel like a man at all. How can I feel like a man? I can't drive. I got a daughter and I can't bring no money home. I got family that needs stuff and I can't go out there and get it for them. I can't bring them. I can't say, here, you got this. Go pay something. Go do whatever. It was too much on me that I felt it wasn't necessarily it wasn't my responsibility. But if I hear it and you my loved ones and I care about you, I gotta help you. There's no way that I'm gonna hear about that and not help you. I have to help you. So I just like, man, I gotta get it. Anyway, so all right, I'm gonna try to speed this up. So the comedy take off, did its thing. I did that for like a year. I even put me and one of my best friends, we put a show together. DJ Name. Yeah, we had did that or whatever. We did a few shows. So towards I said year went by. So now I'm coming in just trying to I done finally found something I'm good at that look like I got a future in. All right. So why the other comedians? I'm like, the other comedians done started hating on me. So when I do shows, they don't want to put me in the show because they're like, oh, he ain't paid his dues. When it's like a big show, he ain't paid his dues. He can't come out. We don't really want him in the show. We've been doing this 6, 7, 8 years. He only been doing it this amount of months. Man, I'm not trying to take nobody's shine. I'm just trying to figure out a way to get out here, man, and get myself out of the situation I'm in. They literally was not putting me in shows. They literally was having a conversation with other comedians to not put me in the show because they felt like I was going to take their shine because I was funnier than them. I had other comedians come and tell me, honest to God truth. I had other comedians come and tell me that they really, honestly, they saying this, but they don't want to put you in it because you are funnier than them, and you got a different style of comedy, and they know that people are going to gravitate towards that, and it's their show. Why would they put you in there if you're going to take over their show? Like, man, I ain't trying to take over nothing. I'm just trying to get out here and figure something out so I can have a better life, man. So anyway, so it ended up being so much hating going on in that I just dropped out of it. Like, man, it's over. I'm not finna keep doing this. How can you hate in comedy? Either you got it or you don't. Or either you can teach yourself how to be funny or you don't. You cannot hate on something. Like, why are you hating on comedy, man? So, all right, so I let that go. So after that point, this is probably late 2015, going to 2016. So, middle 2015, going to 2016. So now I'm back at Block A again, trying to figure out what I can do. I started selling air fresheners. Man, I started washing cars for $10, $12. I know you trying to figure out how I wash them cars. Shoot, you put that water on that car, and man, I was touching that car, I was filling that car up like it was a lady or something. But but that's just what I had to do to make sure the car was clean. You know what I'm saying? I'm just rubbing the car, but I promise you, people that know, I wash them cars. I'm for real. I'm washing cars and everything, cleaning the tires and everything. And then keep in mind, I do have some vision, so it's not like I'm completely blind. I have some vision. So anyway, I done got so low, I'm like, I'm not going back to the pills, but I got to figure something out. So I'm trying anything. It's whatever. Let's do it. All right. Back and throughout this, I'm still trying to job hunt. Okay, couldn't never get a job, none of that or whatever. So all the car washing and the air fresheners only, went for so long. All right. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all.
2 minutes. You got 2 minutes to break.
Okay. Let me know. Okay. Well, washing cars. Like, okay, so yeah, it was washing the cars, and so that had went away, you know what I'm saying? Wasn't none of that working or whatever. So now I'm like, I ain't trying to sell no drugs, I ain't trying to pop the drugs and none of that. But my alcohol, my liquor, steady going up. I'm steady drinking. I'm drinking like almost every other day. like for like drinking, like I'm buying bars. Like that's where all my money going. Hold on. Yeah, this ain't your normal type of radio show because you ain't never had a blind man on that radio talking to y'all like that real stuff without that paper. So y'all gotta bear with me on this one. But so 2016, I've been staying with my mama all my life too. That's another big old thing that was bothering me. But man, I think we finna get ready to kick to this to this break right quick, this commercial, and I'm gonna get back with y'all as soon as these commercials over. We got 3 minutes. Huh?
Are you need good?
That's right.
It's 17.
I kind of speed it up. 17? Trying to remember that I was here. I think I'm going to have to speak to the moon situation. Who went on it? Who
all right, next week is the final week.
Caleb said, let's get it, baby.
He is an awesome, and amazing individual I got to meet last year. He has an amazing story. He may be blind.
We have 14 people watching. 14 people watching.
What's happening, y'all? Y'all got a building since first show, man. I'm trying to. Got no paper. Look, got no paper, man. It's all here. It's all real. It's all raw. I'm trying to. Man, that's what I'm trying to bring back, the realness, the rawness. I ain't got nothing out here for me to read off of. It's all from here, and all experience. I ain't even got to the good part of the story there.
Radio app, so go to jhmradio.com so we can count the listeners in the station. As you all know, it is not recognized based on views. So we need your ratings for this show.
It's hard doing it all up here. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's possible, you know what I'm saying? You can do it. It's hard. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to think. It's hard, but I still can do it.
Next year, you all tune in tomorrow morning with Bishop J. Laverne Tyson with A Moment with God with your morning inspiration show. All right?
I think I brought one of these.
Join on there, so all on there. That's what I'm doing.
The way it's set up, I can't really see everybody. I'm looking up there. I only see somebody Asia and my sister name. I know your sister had liked it when I saw her like it.
Yeah.
But she got it on this little stand thing.
Oh, you don't got corn in your hand?
Nah, I got it. So she put it up there because we were getting tired of holding it.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't want to be shaking.
Okay.
She got a stand for it.
Okay.
It's your boy Coach Rick, baby, the voice behind your passion. Hashtag TKBYP. Better known as Pitbull behavior, baby, don't lose your grip. You looking like Coach Rick, yeah, in the trenches. Yeah, but just because I am here physically doesn't mean that I have to be here mentally. And that's what Coach Rick is here for, baby, to give you a sense of direction of what to do with your motivation. So you can follow me on JHM Radio for GGIW. Wednesday, baby, let's get it.
Tune in every Wednesday from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on JHM Radio. Download the JHM Radio app on your Android and Apple devices. You can also download TuneIn Radio app and search JHM Radio or listen live via the website on www www.jhmradio.com or call in at 317-566-2063.
Yeah, one more commercial after this, then I'll bring you back in.
Okay.
Every woman wants a man who treats her like a queen and makes her feel like she's the only one.
You don't say that, but then you cheat on that guy with a guy who's a mixture between Tupac and O-Dog.
That's not true. You all say you want a good woman. And then when you get her, you turn around and cheat on her too.
That's because even the garden tools have a place in the tool shed.
That was disrespectful.
I'm just saying. But if you want to get in on this conversation or other conversations like it, tune in to Pillow Talk with your boy Mark B.
And Lady J. Tune in every Thursday night from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time by downloading those JHM Radio apps for your Android and Apple devices. You can also download the TuneIn Radio app and search JHM Radio or listen live via the website at www.jhmradio.com. Watch us live via Facebook as well. Call in 317-284-1090. To know,
to show,
to grow,
love and relationships. So I'm talking about that's why we get into that now. But it's cool.
So you talking about with the interaction? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
It's your girl, My Life, and J-Dub. Check it, we are your hosts for the Youth Swag Set. It's about to be lit, talking about the issues that affect the youth and giving our opinion on them, and letting you voice yours too. A show by the youth and for the youth. Catch us every Saturday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Download the JHM Radio app on your Android or Apple devices. Or search JHM Radio on the TuneIn Radio app. You can also listen live via the website on www.jhmradio.com. Call in at 317-566-2063. Negativity, you need to cut it.
Yeah, back in this thing. But yeah, so alright. So back to 2016. Middle of 2015, 2016. I've been living with my mama all my life. So I'm like, what, 2028 then. Imagine living with your mama all your life, all your brothers and everybody out the house, you living with your mama, you and your daughter. Now, some people look at that and say that's cool, but I'm talking about as a person. We ain't even gonna put this on just any gender. As a person, male or female, who feels like they are a grown up, how do you think that makes you? How do you think that make a grown up feel to be living still with their mama? On top of that, at your child in that house with her. You raising a child inside of your mama house. How you think that your daughter or your son looks at you? There might not be a bad way, but you know what? I take that back. It's not how they look at you. What type of impression are you giving them? Because you know what we do is we lead by example. So regardless if she say it or she cool about it or not, I know what she's seeing, so I don't ever want her to think that's cool, because she not living with me to 28. You hear me? It's over. Like, no. I had to do that because of my circumstances, and I didn't want to do it because of my circumstances. People out here wasn't trying to fool with me. So I'm like, so she lived with me to 28? It's over. What the commercial says, she need to cut it. But anyway, so I finally, man. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me tell you this real fast. So I started, my boy Caleb Turner, man, you know about this. We talked about it. I started the year, so 2014. The year 2014, I had made a promise to myself, because that's when I was doing them drugs and everything, and I had told myself, that's when I was trying to wing myself off of. I said, man, each year from this point on, I'm going to do something that's going to take me to another level. It's going to take me to the next step. I don't care what it is. I'm not doing I'm going to add something in my life the next year that I wasn't doing last year. I don't care how small it is, how simple it is. I don't care. Whatever I'm not doing, I'm not going to have the identical life I had in 2015 and 2016. There's no way. I can't. So that's when, as soon as I did that, I said, man, my first thing was I'm going to do something productive, because I wasn't doing nothing productive prior to. So in 2004, I'm like, something, I don't care what it is, I got to do something productive, something that's going to add to my resume is I did this. You know what I'm saying? So that's when that company came about, and that's why I was happy about it. I'm like, woo, God, thank you. That's what's up, man. So I was happy. So that's when I'm like, all right, I'm going to let the drug, I'm going to chill out. I'm still drinking that liquor, though, but I'm going to let the drugs chill out for a little minute. So I had made it to that point. All right, that's cool. So then in 2015, so that year go by, 2015, beginning of the year, I'm like, all right, bet. I need something else. So I'm knocking off the stuff that really was bothering me first. So me sitting at the house not doing nothing every day, it was bothering me. So I'm like, okay, that's the first thing. So now, okay, I done achieved that. That was a whole year. I'm good. I'm feeling good about myself. Next year, I got to get out of my mama's house, period. So I'm like, I got to figure out a way. I don't care what I got to do. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to make it happen. And, that's what I'm thinking. All right, bet. 2015, the whole year that went by, I ain't did nothing. Ain't nothing came up towards the end of the year. Man, I ended up being blessed with the opportunity to move out of my mama's house. So January 2016, January 12th, yeah, I remember like yesterday. January 12th was the first day I moved up out of my mama's house, and boy, I got the lease to my own apartment. You couldn't tell me nothing. Boy, I was so happy, man. That was like one of the greatest feelings I ever have felt behind having Kelly, for real. That was one of the greatest feelings ever. I can actually feel like a man. I got my own stuff. I pay my own bills. And me and my daughter, oh, that's what's happening. Yeah. I'm feeling good. All right. So now I'm like, okay, 2016, I knocked that out. Well, even though it happened in 2015, so I'm like, okay, 2016, I don't know what. So now, okay, never had a job. Well, I haven't had a job, but I haven't had a job since I was like in high school. So I get disability. I'm legally blind. Well, I get that retarded shit. Nah, you can't say that over there. My bad. I get that disabled check. I get that a disability check, and so I get that or whatever. And so that ain't too much of nothing. Anybody know about that, man? That ain't nothing. Anyway, so I still got to get this money. So I'm like, okay, 2017, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to bring in some type of finance in some type of way. Like, I don't care if I'm getting $20 a week. I'm going to do something where I'm going to bring in some type of money. All right. Okay. Well, hold on. Okay, bet. So I think I fast forwarded a little bit. I skipped over how I started doing motivational speaking. But that was like in 2015. That was like in late 2015, I started doing motivational speaking. I did my first motivational speaking in 2015, I think in July. I went and spoke at a youth home. And now remember I told y'all that I had been playing basketball all my life. That's all I wanted to do. And I actually had the talent, if I could see good enough and everything throughout it, I had the talent to actually do something with it. It just was my vision why I could never just, carry it all the way through like I should, like I wanted to. So, man, that bothered me so much on everything, man. I cried for about 5 years at different times because I could not play basketball, because I was not going to be able to play in college. I was not going to be able to play in the pros. It took me like 5 years to literally get over there. A lot of people don't know that, but it's all good. But anyway, so I never have felt no love or no passion like that ever in my life. I ain't never felt nothing, man. Basketball was the only thing I truly loved and was passionate about, for real. Outside of girl, all this stuff, man, all that come behind basketball. So, all right, 2015, I went and spoke, because people had always been telling me, you need to tell your story, because, man, I bowl, I go to the club, I still was hollering at girls, I still was doing anything anybody normal do. I'm selling drugs, I'm in the hood, I'm doing all this stuff that people who blind, people who could see shouldn't be doing. So let alone somebody who can see, I can't see, but let alone somebody who can't see, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, so then, see how bad I want to see? Nah, I'm just playing. I'm cool with it now. So now 2015 or whatever, the middle or whatever. So I went and spoke at a youth home, a girls' youth home, and man, I went in there just because people had been telling me people need to hear your story, whatever. And I told you, Brandon, that time, that was the year I was like, I'll do whatever. I ain't even tripping. So people been telling me that for a long time. Write a book. Tell people what you do. Tell people what you do, man. Like, people need to hear that. That, man, you don't know what to do for people. Man, I'm a regular person, man. I really ain't the person you really think I am, depending on who I'm talking to, man. I'm straight. I'm just regular. So I ended up taking it up. I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna go speak. Man, I want to tell you, when I went and spoke to them girls, man, I ain't never felt nothing like that other than basketball. Man, them girls was finna make me cry. Like, when I talked to them girls for an hour, and them girls, when I got done talking to them girls, man, these are girls who don't have parents, I forgot with all the different things. They didn't have parents. It's a youth home, so either they bad and don't feel loved, or they done been sexually abused, or they done been raped, or they just getting away from their parents. You know what I'm saying? They bad, they act up, whatever. But they got all these different things going on with them, and even inside the home, they still acting crazy. They trying to commit suicide. They just picking on it, like doing crazy stuff to themselves and to other people. And so if you go into this place and I think I'm regular, and I just tell them my regular story, man, these kids was sitting up and listening. And man, one girl, after I got done talking, she even said she wanted to write a book about me. I'm like, man, ain't nobody ever told me that. I'm regular. Who am I? You know what I'm saying? Man, they wanted to hug me and talk to me, man. For real, I really, like, seriously felt, man, that's the only time outside of basketball I really felt the passion and love. And so when I felt that, that kind of threw me off. They kind of threw me back, like, dang, what that was about. I'm like, dang, what if this is what I am supposed to do? So I kind of thought about it, whatever. Anyway, I played it off. Anyway, so back to, I moved out 2016. I got my own place or whatever. So now, 2016 went by. I've been living. I enjoyed it, man. I'm having fun. One day, I'm asleep. And I don't know if anybody have ever experienced this or whatnot, but I'm asleep. And my mind is up, but my body, I can't move. And I feel like something that walked in the room with me. Right. But I can't get up to look and see what it is. I'm literally, anybody know me, y'all know, I promise you, man, on everything, I'm not lying. This is real truth, man. I promise y'all. Man, I'm asleep, and I couldn't move, but I feel like something in the room with me. So then I feel like something got in the bed with me. Like, man, what's up? You know what I'm saying? But I can't move. So, man, I come from a church background. My mama raised us in the church all the time, you know what I'm saying, in the church and everything. And I done heard about this a little bit, like, you know, the devil is real. You know, the devil is. So, they say, if the devil ever around, they say you just call out Jesus' name because he hate to hear Jesus' name. So, all I know what to do is Jesus, 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 Jesus. Man, I promise you, man, on everything I love, man, I just started saying Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Man, and then all of a sudden, it just went away. Like, I felt something walk out the room. I felt like get out the bed, walk out the room. Man, I'm tripping. Then as soon as it walk out, I'm able to move. I'm like, man, what is that? Like, I'm really tripping. I'm scared. Like, on everything else, man, I'm scared. But I'm like, man, I think that was the devil, because it's just something. I just thought I think it was the devil. Like, all right, I'm gonna chill. Whatever. I ain't gonna say that to nobody because I don't want nobody to think I'm crazy. But I know what I felt. I know I'm not tripping. All right. So I ain't say nothing. So later on in that week, that was like a Monday or Tuesday. Like later on in that week, like a Friday or something like that, it happened again. I'm asleep again, and I can't move. But I feel something in my room. But now I feel it sitting on the side of my bed, and now my eyes is like squinting open, like because you can't move. You literally can't move. I don't know if y'all, I don't know who out there, I don't know who listened to this. I don't know if you done felt this or understood this or know somebody that's been in this place or not. But I'm sweating, man, this is real. And so I can't move, but I see something kind of in front of me. It's like punching on me. It's like just like punching, but it ain't coming. It's going through my body. It ain't hitting me. Like it's hitting at me, but it's not phasing me. So I do the same thing. Jesus, 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 Jesus. All right. So then I'm like, it go away. Oh yeah, I know what time it is now. Like, nah, that's the devil. Like, cause dude had on a white shirt, some black pants, and like his face, you couldn't see his face and stuff like that. But it was like it was a person on the right side of me behind me, but then there was a person standing up in front of me. And just to paint the picture to you, it gave me the image of like on the movies when the big boss have his bodyguard to come beat you up while the boss sit there and watch him whoop you because you done did something or because he's trying to, you ain't doing what he wants you to do or whatever like that. All right. So let me stop right there. So let me go back to during the year 2016. I had got called for jury duty. I had got called to do jury duty. I asked my mama, like, how am I going to do jury duty? Like, I can't see no evidence what they want me to do. I'm going to send somebody to jail for no reason. I don't know nothing about none of this, man. I don't need, no. Like, so mama's like, you can do this, call this and tell him this, blah, 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 whatever. So I called and talked to just to tell the dude that his name was Kevin Clifton. I called him just to tell him my situation. I'm legally blind. I don't know if I can make it. Man, that's supposed to be a 5-minute conversation, basically telling him what's going on, and I don't know if I'm able to, if I'm, can do this or whatnot. Anyway, we ended up having a conversation. We ended up having an hour-and-a-half conversation that was supposed to be a 5-minute conversation. We ended up getting into a conversation because I told him I was legally blind. I guess he had been having a bad week that week, and so he was like, man, hey, he was like, here I am. He's like, I've been having a bad week, man, and here I am thinking my life is crazy. He said, but then you call me and tell me you legally blind. He was like, man, how do you live life like that? Like, what do you do? So anyway, long story short with that, I basically explained to him, like, man, I don't know. I just do me, man. Like, I just set myself up mentally. I feel like I have enough common sense. I have the type of mind that can I know how to accommodate myself to my surroundings. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, I don't know. I just do this. Like, what do you do? I'm like, I bowl, man. I dress myself. I this. I blah 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 blah. How do you do this? How do you do this? Blah blah. He just really tripping. And so I explained my whole life to him. He was like, so what do you do? I'm like, man, I don't do nothing. That's my problem now. I'm trying to figure out what to do. I did comedy for me. I gave him a little rundown of my life before too. And so basically I told him, like, I did comedy, I did this and everything. And he was like, man, I explained to him what happened. I explained to him all the different things I done. He was like, man, that's cool. He was like, but let me ask you something. He was like, man, with you telling me everything you done, and even with me asking you, what are you doing and how are you doing it? He said, man, I noticed you never added God in there. You never said nothing about the Lord. I'm like, it was like, do you go to church? I'm like, yeah, I go to church. Yeah, I mean, I thank God for everything because that's what it is. I believe in God and I already know what's up. He was like, yeah, I know that. He was like, but do you have a relationship with God? I'm like, nah. I mean, I talk to him, but I don't just know what you mean relationship. He was like, man, do you talk to him about any decisions you make before you do it? Do you talk to him all throughout the day? And I'm like, nah, I don't do all that. He was like, man, you should start. He was like, man, you should. He's like, God. He explained to me a long story. So he explained to me how God want us to have a relationship with him, not just know him, but he wants you to have a relationship with him. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. He's like, man, so every day he said, man, work on having a relationship with him. He was like, man, I'm gonna tell you something like a man told me. He was like, man, it was out the blue. I was just walking down the street or whatever, going to the grocery store and stuff like that. He was like, man, and the dude just came and I blessed him with something or whatever. He was like, man, you are a good dude. He's like, man, you're gonna have a lot of blessings coming towards you. He basically ran some stuff down to him. He was like, man, okay, whatever. And he was like, but all this stuff dude said it ended up coming true later on. He's like, man, I'm your nobody. He was like, it was a nobody who turned into a somebody. He was like, man, I'm your nobody. He was like, man, just from listening to you on his phone, we didn't sit here an hour and a half on his phone, man. It was supposed to be a 5-minute conversation. He was like, man, you are blessed. You do have a purpose in life. You are somebody. You got many blessings coming to you. You don't even know it. I'm like, all right, whatever. Okay, that's cool. I ain't got nothing now. I'm trying to figure it out. So whatever it is, we need to get to it right away because I'm tired. And so, anyway, so all right, so fast forward back to so that was like 2016, early in the middle of whatever. And so I started. I did for a week or so. I had started talking to God every day. Then I had dropped off of it and stopped doing it. All right, so I had let it go, and then I kind of started back later on, just building a relationship with Him. Now this is like probably like August, September 2016 when I talked to dude, something like that. And so then probably later on after that, this is when the devil starts showing up. The devil starts showing up and playing with me. So by that second time, I called my mama and explained to my mama what had been going on. My mama was like, she never experienced that. She don't know, you know, she heard of it and she know it is true, but she never experienced it. So I ended up talking. She was like, okay, I'm gonna tell this lady at the church, and I'm gonna let her know something, and you know, I see what's up. So anyway, she ended up doing that, and the lady was like, please, will you tell him to call me, because if this is true, he need to know how to deal with this. Like, I ain't what y'all talking about. Like, I don't know nothing about none of this. So anyway, so she ended up calling me. I told Mama, it's cool, she can call me. She ended up calling me, and she explained to me that I was dealing with spiritual warfare. I don't know what this is. What you talking about spiritual warfare? I don't understand this. So she explained to me that you need to know it's not a physical fight, it's a spiritual thing. My mind going now. It's a spiritual thing. And so she explained to me basically how to fight. So that same day she explained to me how to fight, I was like, okay, I feel better. I'm like, okay. So I'm asleep. So I go to sleep that night. You already know. Showed up again. I'm asleep. Feel like something walked in the room, but I can't move, can't do nothing. All I can do, and you can't even move you can't move your mouth, you can't move nothing. Your mind is up, but your body is being held down. So when you do it, you just Jesus, you walk like while your teeth is, you know what I'm saying, closed. Anyway, so that go on, and when I wake up, now I'm mad, cause I'm like, man, you steady showing up. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? I'm so mad at this point, and I had been told, at that time, I had been talking to somebody for a while, but never was serious, because just being 100, I ain't trying to be serious. Like, I understand that it's something for me and everything like that, but I wasn't trying to do nothing for real. I was just cool. Like I've been talking to her for like two years and everything, but I wasn't trying to get there because I got issues, and I ain't trying to really bring nobody into this. But this person also, though, man, she is very knowledgeable of the Bible and understand the life that you're supposed to live. Whether we do it or not, she understand the reality of it. And so by that point, so I called her. I'm like, man, I had already told her about the situation. I'm like, hey, man, read me some scriptures, because I don't know none. Read me some scriptures. I'm finna go through my house and praying. He done showed up. It's 3 times. I've never experienced this in my life. It's 3 times this man has showed up in 1 month. I know it got to be him, because I know it's him based off of it. Like I say, from growing up in the church and hearing things, I just never experienced it. So I'm like, hey, read me the scriptures. I'm finna pray through the house. So she started reading scriptures to me. All right, bet. I'm praying. I'm walking through the house praying. Walking through the house praying. Walking through the house praying. All right. She like, how you feel? I'm like, man, it still feel eerie in here. It still feel funny in here. And like, okay, so now I always thought, you got the holy oil and stuff like that. My mama had, when I told her about the second time, she had gave me the holy oil. She had gave me the holy oil, and like, man, just when you need it, pray. She had already told me to pray for the house, you know what I'm saying, anoint the house, but I never did. Like, all right. So by this time, I'm like, I'm so mad, because I'm like, you steady showing up. What's the deal? You know what I'm saying? And then the girl at the time, she was telling me, she was like, well, one thing about it, she was like, because she started asking me, she was like, who is it that you're seeing? What is it that you're feeling? What is it? I was like, it's not, I explained to her the white shirt, the black pants, and stuff like that. I said, but it's 2 people. It's either one person or it's 2 people, whatever. I said, I know, but I really can feel it's not like a soul. I feel that it is the devil. I can tell that it is the devil. I like, it's just a feel. I can tell that it is the devil. Like, man, I'm just being 100 with y'all. I don't care. I really, like, y'all can feel what you want to feel about this. But at one of the situations, I left this out, but I'm going to be 100 about it. One of the times when I was there, he came and he was talking in my ear. One of the times he held me down, he was talking in my ear. And he was saying some stuff to me that I know, I didn't understand it, but I knew it was his voice. So I'm like, and so that's what really spooked me one of the time. That's what really like, dude, the devil is real. The devil is real, dear real. This man and got in the bed with me and got to talking in my ear like he my girl or something like that, man. Don't disrespect me. Like, I'm mad. I'm tripping. Don't do that, man. I never understood. I never believed in this stuff, man. But I'm telling y'all life experiences, man. And if you know me, you know I'm not lying. You know this is real. You know I don't do all that extra stuff, man. I promise y'all, this is real deal, man. Man, dude is out here, the devil out here playing, man. The devil trying to take over. That's why you got so much of this foolishness and stuff going on in the world, man. But we got to get back into our minds. We got to get back into the basic and understand how life really goes. Because the devil is out here trying to take over us, man. And we got to fight. You got it in your own mind, man. It's already in you. You already got it. But it's up to you to find it in you and push it out, man. You can get anything you want in your life right now, man. I'm dead serious. You can get whatever. Man, I'm out here legally blind, jumping out on faith and taking these steps that I don't know what's going on. I'm uncomfortable in a lot of ways and a lot of things I'm doing right now. But, man, God has showed me so much in these last few months, man. You can't tell me that ain't God. Ain't nobody else ever did this for me. Ain't nothing changed for me until I started trying to build a relationship with God. But anyway, man, I done got off track, man, because I'm for real. But listen though, so shoot, boy, man, I'm trying to tell y'all. But listen, man, where was I at? So anyway, she was explaining to me after I told her that, man, I heard it, he talked to me, whatever. She started explaining to me. She was like, let me tell you. She was like, when the devil comes himself and he don't send his soldiers, his little troops and all of that, when he don't send his demons and he come himself. So y'all remember when I told you I felt somebody sitting on the side of my bed and then I felt somebody, and then there was somebody actually standing in front of me whipping on me. That's why I said I knew. But I don't care. I was really trying to cover it up or whatever, but I really don't care what y'all think, how y'all look at it, because I want y'all to really, not in a bad way, I just want y'all to understand life and what's really going on and what really could happen. What's the realness out here, man. But so she explained to me that when the devil comes himself, he is coming to stop something way before it starts, because something is about to go on in your life. You about to be involved in something that's so powerful that it cannot even start. He's not sending none of his demons, none of his soldiers to do nothing. He got to come himself and stop it. It's just like, and then the lady that called me, she told me, she was like, what it is like a weed. If you chop a weed off after it's been growing, it'll keep on growing. You just got to keep on chopping it down. You got to keep on chopping it down. Because a weed, like I say, once it grows, you chop it down, it's going to grow again. Chop it down, it's going to grow again. Chop it down, it's going to grow again. That's what the demons do. But when the devil comes, he's trying to get you at the root. He's trying to get you before any of it ever starts. So, like I say, that when the dude talked to me, that was August, September. He told me to start having a relationship with God. He's like, man, the only thing you said you didn't do out of all this stuff, man, was that you never told me that you have a relationship with God. So, all that go on. So anyway, up until the point to where, man, the devil show up that night. I anointed the house and everything, man. All right, I'm trying to fast forward. So, man, you know what? I'm just forget all that. What's going on with me right now is, in the last few months, man, when I started developing that relationship with God, when dude told me the only thing I'm missing is I don't have a relationship with God, and when I started praying to God and talking to God every day, man, I'm sitting here talking to y'all on my own radio show. This started in like August or September. So in that amount of months, my life has changed. I'm 30 years old. I told y'all everything I went through to try to figure it out. I tried to do all that on my own. Man, them was facts. Them was real. That was real stuff that went on with me. That was stuff that I was around. And then during this time, so when the devil's showing up during this time too, also he sending other people around me to like, I ain't gonna lie, during them last few months of 2016, as y'all know, it's a lot of people out here who don't believe in God no more, who don't believe in Jesus, don't believe in, and they believe in God, but they believe in all these different gods. It's a lot. Oh, I'm sorry. Do I just come right now? It's a lot of people who. Okay. It's a lot of people who just believe in this different gods and all that. So I had been coming in encounter with some of these people, and I'm gonna tell you, it's a lot of people out here who, man, it make a lot of sense. It's logical. It makes a lot of sense once they break it down to you and say, well, the letter J wasn't invented until the end, and then this, and they came over and this, and they did this, and they did this, and all that. It makes sense, because you're like, hey, That do make sense. Well, then, because something come from somewhere, blah, 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 blah. So I honestly started getting to the point where I'm like, is Jesus real? Like, I honestly was like, is it real? Is it just a God and it's not Jesus? It's just a God out there? It's just looking over the whole world and don't matter what you do. Just as long as you do right, that's all that matters. So when I started really actually questioning God, right after the week that I actually had started questioning God, and one of my closest homeboys, he know, cause we was together. He know what I'm talking about. That very following next week, that's when the devil started showing up. So I went back a little bit again. So that's when the devil started showing up all the way until that third time. Okay, but I think I got to go on a commercial now.